According to some nobody with 106 subscribers that claims he's played most unreleased games before they've even been released, God of War Ragnarok is ruining gaming. Yep, you heard that right. Apparently God of War Ragnarok is ruining gaming. Now I personally have absolutely no idea how an unreleased game can ruin the industry, so without further delay, I'll let the video play.
God of War Ragnarok is ruining the gaming landscape.
As we all know, a PlayStation exclusive game which hasn't even been released yet can 100% ruin the entire gaming landscape, and I can't wait to see how this guy tries to claim it's ruining the industry, because there's absolutely no way it could.
You can talk about having an identity crisis and adapting your game to modern mechanics and elements. How about having a relevancy crisis? A game from 2005, a series that was done and over in 2010, was resurrected as a zombified corpse bearing absolutely no resemblance to what it once was.
And that's honestly not in the slightest a bad thing. The modern versions of God of War not being a top-down hack and slash game is not a bad thing. In fact, I'd argue it's made the series a hell of a lot better. Having the series in a third-person over-the-shoulder style allows the developers to have much more creative freedom when it comes to creating God of War Ragnarok. And I am failing to see how Sony modernizing the franchise in this case is anything but a good thing.
God of War 2018 simultaneously alienated every one of their fans who were into the original trilogy.
I'm pretty sure if God of War 2018 alienated old fans of the series, it wouldn't have had such a high user score on Metacritic, and it wouldn't have been received so positively by the gaming community.
And on top of that, they tried to appeal to the Dark Souls guys.
How the fuck does God of War 2018 cater to the Dark Souls community? Comparing Dark Souls and God of War to each other is beyond stupid. Those two franchises aren't remotely similar to each other. God of War is far more story orientated plus casual than a game series like Dark Souls is, and frankly I really don't get why someone would compare the two.
Sony Santa Monica, the Dark Souls crowd took one look at your shoddy Dark Souls ripoff that was God of War 2018, and they laughed their fucking asses off.
Probably because the game never attempted to cater itself towards the Dark Souls crowd.
Nobody took that game seriously. The game presented no challenge. Give me God of War difficulty is something that a child missing an arm can complete.
Well, no shit. It's not meant to be difficult to complete like a Dark Souls title is. If you want a challenging experience, go play Dark Souls or Doom Eternal and Ultra Nightmare. But I'm seriously struggling to see how this is proof God of War Ragnarok is ruining the gaming industry, or how God of War 2018 is ruining gaming for that matter. A game being easy doesn't mean it's suddenly ruining the industry, and so far this guy's barely talked about God of War Ragnarok, even though the video is meant to be about how that game is ruining the industry, not God of War 2018.
Alright? It's not compelling, it's not engrossing, it's not fun. But Sony and Sony Santa Monica don't give a shit. You know why? Because they paid off the critics at the 2018 Video Game Awards. They paid them off to give their mediocre game an award bearing some title so that they can slap Game of the Year and all the further press and promotions and fool the public into thinking they were making a quality purchase.
If Sony did pay off critics to give the game good reviews, then you see a clear difference between player reviews and critic reviews on Metacritic, like what we saw with The Last of Us 2, but guess what, that never happened with God of War 2018, and the reviews from both critics and fans alike are, for the most part, positive.
Go back to 2018. At the end of the year, they were giving away God of War for half off. By the time it was a year after release, the game was $20, and now it's $5 and under in the bargain bin at GameStop. Nobody pays for God of War. God of War is a fucking dead franchise.
God of War is totally a dead franchise. That's why people got hyped over a fucking logo announcing the game. How deluded do you have to be in order to unironically believe that God of War is a dead franchise? Also, of course, a game will go down in price over time. That's basic common sense, and doesn't at all prove the franchise is quote-unquote dead.
Why can't Sony let these franchises die?
Money.
Oh, that's because the new IPs they invest in, they don't give a shit about either. Days Gone, Horizon, all gone to PC. There are no compelling exclusives on the PlayStation brand anymore. It's a fucking joke.
How exactly does Sony porting games to PC show they don't want to invest in new IPs? Like, does this guy not realize Sony will be investing money into the PC ports of these games or something?
God of War is an even bigger joke, and if you pay for God of War Ragnarok, you're the biggest joke of them all.
You know, I wasn't thinking of buying God of War Ragnarok, but his video might have sold me on the game, I'm not gonna lie.
Sony cares about one thing. It's not making a compelling gameplay experience. It's not telling a captivating story. They care about you and your goddamn money. They're gonna bleed you dry for everything you've got. Sony is in this for the almighty dollar.
Oh my god, it's almost like Sony is a business, and the sole purpose of a business is to make as much money as physically possible. I'll never understand how some people can't comprehend the absolute basics of what a business is.
Whereas Microsoft is in this for consumer goodwill and making sure their players play their games on the best system ever, have the best frames, the best resolution, and the best console to enjoy it with.
I'd love to break it to this guy, but Microsoft is also only in it for the money, you know, because Microsoft is also a business, just like Sony.
God of War Ragnarok will single-handedly destroy this industry, but I'm not content to stand by and watch it happen. I'm taking the fight to Sony, I'm taking the fight to Sony Santa Monica, and I'm telling them enough is enough.
I highly doubt anyone from Sony has seen your video, my guy, and I doubt they'll listen to what you're saying considering how poorly your video has been received.
But their fan base are too deluded to understand reality. These are 40-year-old men sitting in their parents' basements, watching and playing as Kratos, and Sony designed him from the ground up to be the man that they wish they were. This souped-up, steroided-out motherfucker, he's got such a beard, he's such a man, he has sex with all these fucking goddesses. Oh, what an idol. What a man to look up to, right? No, it's a fucking bad joke, and every single one of you know it.
You're getting a bit too jealous of a virtual character, my guy. Take a second to sit back and relax. It's really not a big deal. The God of War games are fairly good for the most part, so there's almost no reason to be this upset over them making a sequel to the 2018 reboot of God of War. I mean, let's be honest, Kratos isn't that bad of an idol anyway.
So you're either on this fucking train to save the gaming industry with me, or you're getting the fuck off, opening your pocketbook, and letting Sony go in raw.
Well, I know I'm 100% not joining your crusade, so I guess I'm just going to sit back and relax whilst watching the gaming industry burn to the ground. Now we have finally reached the end of this guy's horrible video, so with all of that said, please do not forget to do all the things YouTubers love to beg you to do, aka go check out my Discord, Twitter, as well as like, comment and subscribe so that I can see you all in my next video.